G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, to this video where I am going to do a bit of a group comparison again. I do seem to be quite fond of my group comparisons, and today's is really about premium nylon NATO and Zulu straps from these respective companies that you can already see that I've made the logos visible here. In my understanding, these are the best straps from these respective companies. Correct me if I'm wrong, but these certainly are the most costly and advertised as the premium straps from these respective companies. You can see I've got my 3 watches on the top there ready to go, off their original straps and bracelets, ready to put these NATO straps on. So I'll start with the BluShark on the left here. All these straps I've featured in various unboxing and feature videos in the past, and I'll try to link them as I go along. So this one is from BluShark, so thank you to BluShark straps for making this particular one available. This is their Alpha Shark, of course, the top of the line NATO, and really premium sheen, high quality nylon, which is rated to be 1.4 millimeters thick, and on the calipers all of these straps interestingly actually do come up to be exactly 1.4 millimeters thick as far as I can tell. So let's just go through this. All of these straps are stitched in and heat sealed on the the end, as well as the holes there for the prong, and they come in as far as I can tell 316L steel hardware. In this case, it is a polished steel. You can see the rectangular keepers there, and that very, very solid buckle and prong there from BluShark. You can see the little BluShark notation, that logo there on the buckle. Okay, so that's really the BluShark Alpha Shark premium strap. Now, how much does this go for? Well, it is listed at 32 on their website, 32 USD. But typically they have, for example, a buy 2 get 1 free, so that brings it down to an average cost of about 22 USD for this particular strap. Now this one does come in brushed as well as black PVD. So, and this is the polished version. So all 3 different versions are available in the Alpha Shark. Okay. So just going to put that aside. What else do BluShark have? Well, if you're looking for Zulu style, well, they do have their Silicone Sport. So this is a very different strap, of course, right? So it is a Zulu style Silicone sport strap, but this is really their only Zulu style strap if that's what they're looking for. And this is something I've kind of shown in the past as well, briefly in an unboxing. All right, so that's what's available from BluShark if you're looking after that. All right, so let's go to Sydney Strap Company. All right, so Christian has made various straps available to me in the past. Sydney Strap Co, Australian company, of course. With that name and that that very iconic skyline there of Sydney with Opera House and the bridge. Okay, so this is their business card. I'm just going to put that aside. Okay, so this is the Sydney Strap Co premium NATO, and they've called this seatbelt NATO, and they describe it as a very premium high quality NATO. So similarly, of course, all sealed, heat sealed and stitched in hardware, right? Just to show you the stitchings, they all all these straps have good quality stitching. Again, rectangular keepers and a very solid steel buckle in a Sydney Strap Co on the end there of the buckle, just as a company logo. Okay, and again 1.4 millimeters thick, very solid stuff. Okay, now comparing these two, because they are very similar, right? I think they I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually the same source. They have the same feel, the same sheen. Really, as far as I can tell, the exact same stitching. If you're going to count the stitchings across there, right? These are both 22 millimeters. Okay, they're very, very similar. Even the same length. If you're going to measure the length of this thing, what I can say about BluShark is they do have slightly more solid. There's a bit more metal in the keepers there, and definitely the buckle, right, is obviously more solid. You can see they're side by side, no question about that. The other thing about Sydney is that they do only come in brushed, right? There's no other option for the premium NATO. They come in brushed. What else does Sydney Strapco offer? If you're looking for Zulu, well, they have a rather premium leather Zulu actually. So I've featured this previously as well in unboxings. Okay, so this is their premium leather Zulu. This one is kind of in a navy colored there. Okay, so obviously I'll link all these products below if you're interested to look at the web pages of the particular companies. All right, just to show you that. Okay, now moving on to Vario. Vario, a more recent company, and something that I've shown more recently in unboxings. Okay, so this is their Ballistic Nylon Zulu strap, and this one is in ash gray, and yes, it is a Zulu strap, so single pass, right, not the double that you see in NATO straps. And then, very solid, round hardware, not rectangular, as is appropriate for Zulu style. And then again, very interestingly, they all have gone for company naming on the buckle there. So Vario, you can see there. So, I'm just going to now pause and transfer all these onto respective watches there, and then try them on the wrist to have a look at how they actually function. Okay, and here we are with the straps on the watches. So let's look at the BluShark again. Firstly, I put this on my SKX 007. I love this watch, and I think it's one of the most NATO strappable watches, and I've gone for the SKX 007 for my BluShark. So let's try this on the wrist. Okay, so there it is on the wrist. Very, very solid. It is comfortable, but it does raise the watch, of course, at least by 3 millimeters with that 1.4 times 1.4 and a bit of spacing. It is going to raise the watch off your wrist. Any NATO will, and with a premium NATO with thickness, you're just going to have to take that into account. Okay, that's how it looks like on the wrist there with my SKX. All right, put that down. And let's look at the Sydney Strap Company Premium, right? So this one has gone on to its original watch that it came with from Graham. Thank you, Graham, again for making this available. And this strap that so happens to be something that I love to feature and works out. So let's try this. Graham's Seiko Samurai on the wrist. And there we have it, the Samurai with the Sydney Strapco Premium NATO. And I gotta say, it feels very, very similar to the Alpha Shark. My Alpha Shark is not broken in. This one has been broken in, and so it's a bit more weathered and softer. But I think overall it feels very, very similar. Again, lifting the watch off the wrist somewhat because of the double pass of NATO under the case back. All right. So put that down, and then lastly, this is a Zulu, and I've gone for my Phoibos Ocean Master. This watch has been kindly made available by Phoibos themselves, and I reviewed this a while back. But new company with newer watch company, I think that's appropriate. So let's try this on. And there we have it, the Phoibos Ocean Master with the ash gray Ballistic Nylon Zulu strap on the wrist there. Single pass, so it doesn't lift it anywhere near as much, half as much, I guess, if you will. And it's really quite comfortable. It's lower profile and perfectly comfortable, and that's what you have. So, in terms of quality, I gotta say, all these straps are very, very similar, in terms of the actual feel, the stitching, the way they've stitched in all the hardware, the actual feel of the hardware, the finishing of the heat sealing, they all feel very, very similar. So how do you pick between them? Okay, so again, that's 32 USD listed, 22 if you get the buy two get one free. How much is the Sydney strap one? Well, it is in AUD, so I'm gonna do a bit of current conversion, which is about 75 cents USD to an Australian dollar. So this will be about 23 USD if you buy it straight, that strap. With the typical 30% discount that Sydney Scrap Co often have, it's going to be around 16 USD. So, you know, with discount, 22, 16. How much does Vario sell for? Well, this one is listed straight out at 16. No available discount currently, so perhaps it might be even cheaper if you get it on a, you know, a special that they might have. So, you know, how do you choose between them? Well, if you want different finishing, right, on a very premium NATO, this is the only choice here. If you want polished, or if you want black PVD, this is the only one you can get on the NATO. This one is brushed. If you're looking for brushed, well, I think this one probably gives you better value overall. You know, it is just as good in terms of quality. Yes, the hardware is somewhat less than BluShark, right? You pay a premium for BluShark, but this is not bad at all. So I think in terms of bang for buck, this is probably it for the NATO. In terms of the Zulu, well, this one's not bad. You know, 16 USD for a very good quality Zulu. If you're looking for that style, I think that's, you know, that's a fairly good buy, you know, for something that is really quite premium. I don't have too much experience. Let me know what you think about particular premium Zulu straps you may have, but that's how I found this. And this one, just to add, comes in black PVD as well as an option. Okay, so there we have it. 3, you know, premium straps, or at least the best straps that these companies have to offer. Let me know what you think, if you have experiences with other premium straps or other NATOs that you have had in your, you know, watch wearing. Guys, if you enjoy my videos, do consider subscribing. I'm learning new things about horology all the time, and I feature right here on the channel, aiming to be unbiased and objective about all things horology. Thank you again for watching, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.